heart of Indonesia, in the Sulawesi archipelago, there is a people called the Torajas. They mummify their dead and keep them at home for up to several years. They fight and sacrifice dozens of buffalo before burying their dead in cliffs, caves, or trees. Their 1,000-year-old funeral rites can cost up to €500,000 and are known to be as complex as they are bloody. And that's exactly where we're going. Welcome to the land of the Torajas, home of the world's craziest funerals. Sensitive souls, please refrain. Our first stop is a Torajas family, where we will meet Moria, the grandmother of the family, who has been dead for a year and is still living among them.
Selamat siang, Thomas. Thomas.
Selamat siang.
Thomas.
Ludovic.
Terima kasih.
For the Torajas, the deceased is still alive, as long as they haven't had a funeral. He is considered to be ill and remains in the Tongkonan, the Toraja family home. Since she is considered to be alive, we must announce our visit before we can enter. When a Toraja dies, he becomes what is known as a tomakula. He is then embalmed in formaldehyde as if mummified, and he stays in the family home.
And so you come every day to talk to her?
Yes.
Okay, feed her, and wow.
Take the food.
Take the food.
Okay, every day. Every day.
Yes, every day.
And every day they come to visit her, to feed her and talk to her. She stays here until the family has organized her funeral.
The funeral will be in July? No.
Oh, in June.
In June?
Yes.
In June.
6 months. Yes.
Pour la cérémonie, là ils viennent de tuer un buffle. Je pense que le truc il mijote juste à gauche là, ici. Et là il y a les gens qui arrivent mais je sais pas du tout.
J'ai l'impression que t'as un peu des hauts le cœur, t'es tout pâle.
Ouais, je suis pas bien.
The opening of the funeral is marked by the arrival of the first guests, who come from all over Indonesia, and even abroad. The body still rests in the Tongkonan. All around, a dozen bamboo buildings are built to accommodate the hundreds of guests, cooks, artists, and waiters.
Here in this
one.
and today is receiving this. Probably also tomorrow. After tomorrow slaughtering. I think we come here to see. Not many people for slaughtering.
Okay.
Only family and then people from the village.
Okay.
Yeah, but today like many people who come from somewhere, from everywhere.
The first day of the funeral is marked above all by the buffalo fights in an arena, which closed the day. So for us, it's a good time to get our energy up before attending.
Tu vas te faire goûter du vin?
Ouais, du vin de palme. Putain, je suis en train de goûter tout et n'importe quoi. Je sens qu'il va falloir que j'ai confiance en mon ami.
Alors, Verdict?
Ok. I test.
Tout de top. Hein?
Oh.
regardez là.
Pardon, voilà, tu vois, ça commence.
On va où là?
Bon alors on va voir des gus s'entretuer, parce qu'on n'a pas vu assez d'horreur encore aujourd'hui.
Mais pourquoi?
Pourquoi? C'est traditionnel. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te dise? Alors on fait honneur à la tradition.
Oh, the first to leave?
Yeah, leave, yes.
Ah, okay. Okay, so the fights keep going until one of them leaves. Okay, I get it.
The fight is simple. Two buffalo fight each other in a bamboo arena till one of them leaves the arena through one of the two side doors. It's also an opportunity for many people to make bets, and money passes from hand to hand with every fight.
Là le mec dans sa main il avait je pense 1 million.
Watching the fight can be really dangerous, as it's common for a running buffalo to run over spectators as it flees out of the arena. The second day marks the official opening of the ceremony. Toraja funerals are so expensive that families work all over Indonesia and even abroad. As a result, guests come from all over Indonesia and the world to attend the funeral.
Hello, selamat pagi. Thomas. And you?
That one.
That one?
Slamet.
Slamet. Okay, nice to meet you. Là, c'est un des buffles qui va être sacrifié, ça. Après, je crois qu'ils en sacrifient plusieurs par jour. Ok. Mais après, c'est le dernier jour où là, c'est massacré.
Each guest brings offerings such as pigs or buffalo. Buffalo are sacred animals, essential for funerals. On the livestock market, they can cost several thousand euros, depending on the quality of their skin or the length of their horns.
Wow. Oh, this one is very expensive, right? Okay.
Like 2 or 300 premium.
And among them, albino buffalo are by far the most sought after and expensive, with prices ranging from 15,000 euros to 40,000 euros. The deceased is placed high up next to his immediate family.
Selamat pagi.
She have 7 child.
7 child.
7
Seven
child.
child.
My mother is third.
It's yours. And your mother, how many child she has?
3.
Oh, okay.
Each family takes its place, either under the rice granaries or in the huts built for the funeral. Animals such as buffaloes or pigs are killed, butchered, and then cooked on the spot to be served to the guests. Meanwhile, the women perform the mamaraka. This is a traditional dance involving dissonant singing and percussion. Hundreds of guests then come to pay their respects to the deceased and his immediate family.
Je pense que lui, il a jamais vu Internet.
The day ends with a grand meal.
Ah ouais, regarde, je deviens un soir. Je l'avais dit.
When the sacred buffalo gives its last breath, the gates of Puya, the paradise, are opened, and the soul can finally pass into the afterlife. The buffalo is the only animal strong enough to open the gates of paradise. Without it, the soul remains trapped between the two worlds, waiting for a family member to sacrifice buffalo. The men who sacrifice buffalo are called the Tomatingoro. They are trained to kill buffalo with a single stroke of the blade. The number of buffalo sacrificed depends on the family's social class. For the lower classes, 2 buffaloes are recommended, while for the upper classes, up to 30 are required.
Okay. One buffalo go to the village for still alive, and one buffalo go to the church here, and one buffalo go to the youngest association here. So 6 buffalo not to sacrifice but still alive, to offering to the other organization. Something like that. Yes. Okay.
Other buffalo alive are offered to the community. The sacrificed buffalo are immediately prepared on the spot. Each family attending receives a portion. The Toraja religion is called Aluk Todolo, which means the path of the elders. The Torajas are staunch Catholics, although they have managed to keep their age-old traditions intact.
The meat of this animal will be divided to every member of the whole
Of the community.
The community, yeah.
Okay.
The community. It's certainly an honor to my family that you are here.
While the men feed themselves, the deceased is then considered dead, and his soul on its way to Puya, the Toraja paradise.
Donc minimum 32 buffles sacrifiés pour être ici. C'est the Wall of Fame quoi. C'est ouf hein.
Ah ouais, franchement c'est ouf. Autant dire que toi et moi on va giser sur le sol. Les trous dans la roche là que tu vois en carré, en fait là c'est les tombeaux. C'est là où sont mis les corps des gens.
Members of the royal families are buried directly in the rock. A hole is dug directly into the cliff, into which the coffin is slid. For them, the rock is immutable, unlike the ground, and the height makes it easier for them to ascend to heaven. The nobles are granted with a toto, a wooden statuette that represents them and guarantees the link between the world of the living and the world of the dead. For families unable to dig a grave in stone, the natural caves provide shelter for the coffins and preserve the bones.
Bon, c'est pas comme si on n'avait pas l'habitude de voir des crânes ici.
The toto are placed on the walls, while the bones escaping from the broken coffins accumulate below.
Alors c'est une grotte naturelle où ils mettent les cercueils ici. D'où tous les ossements qu'on trouve un peu partout. Les crânes, etc.
And as you go deeper into the meanders of this cave, you see coffins that have been brought here, to the very depths of the earth.
Je sais pas, ça a toqué dans le cercueil. C'est un tombeau, c'est des tombeaux d'enfants dans les arbres. Ici, où tu vois, c'est creux.
So when the baby dies, people having kids.
In Toraja culture, when a newborn child dies before it has teeth, the Torajas dig a grave in a tree to lay it to rest. This tree is called the Sipate. The tree becomes the child's new mother, who will continue to grow through it.
And Sipate, it's the name of the tree.
Because this is belong to the one village, not belong
One
to
village.
the one family, but many villages, like 2-3 villages. Because every village they have own tree like this, but many of them just felt. And then when the tree dead and then felt, also the baby is already away up to the sky, the soul.
The Toraja are complex people. For many of them, sacrificial rites can be shocking, and yet, unlike many other peoples, they have managed to embrace modernity while keeping their ancestral traditions intact. Through them, they maintain a deep and unbreakable bond with their ancestors and all their family, friends, and neighbors. This makes us question our own practices, the position we give to our ancestors, and the importance we attach to our community.
Anak tomate, alam ke solaha, toding rabonada.